Hi, my name is Gavin Orm, and our website is called Cola Trails. And I worked on helping creating the trail page and the completed trail page, as well as assisting with bugs and assisting with the UI design.
Hi, my name is Meet Kumar Patel, and I mainly worked on the settings page and also worked on setting up the database and the REST API connection to the backend, to the front end, sorry.
Hey, I'm Kyle Hicks. I helped design the UI, created the library page, and assisted in debugging various aspects of our project.
Hey, my name's Madeline McBride, and I worked on creating the splash page, managing user sign up and login, and connecting the user information to MongoDB.
Hey, I'm Donovan, and I worked on creating the Explore page and implementing the Google Maps API. So our website was created to solve the problem students struggling to find campus routes that meet their needs, whether that be looking for the fastest path to class or an accessible route or a trail with manageable terrain for different modes of transportation.
So our goal for this project is to create a useful trail sharing app that helps students discover, create, save, and review routes on campus based off of their needs and preferences. We want Cola Trails to make getting around campus easier by allowing students to explore trails, view details, rate terrain difficulty, leave reviews, and vote on trails in a way that's accessible and convenient for them.
And so for our technologies that we use for our front end, we used the front end consists of a React-based web application using JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And so the React is used to build dynamic and reusable user interface components, while the JavaScript handles the application's logic and user interactions. And then so the structure of the website is using the HTML, and then the style and the UI is with the CSS. And then so this website integrates Google Maps API, which enables interactive features such as displaying locations and creating routes. And finally, the front end is deployed using Vercel, which automatically builds and hosts the application, making it easily accessible online and deployed.
So the backend consisted of Node.js, Express.js, and Mongoose and MongoDB. Node.js allowed us to run JavaScript on our server, and with that plus Express.js were the tools we used to build our REST APIs, which handle HTTP requests from the front end to the back end. And Mongoose was our layer from our REST APIs to our database MongoDB, and our server was deployed on Render. And just as a quick side note, Render has a 20-second warm-up start, so we have a service that pings the server every 20 seconds to keep our sign up REST API services uptime less than 20 seconds.
Okay, so let's say that Steve John is a student at USC, and over the past couple weeks, he's been running into a lot of obstacles while trying to get around campus. Sometimes he'll follow on a path that looks fine on Google Maps, but then he'll run into things like stairs, rough terrain, construction, steep hills, or areas that are just not easy to navigate on his own. That's why Steve found our website called Cola Trails. It's a website that helps students find and share better routes around campus based off of real and current terrain conditions. When Steve first opens the website, he's brought to the splash screen. This gives a quick overview of what Cola Trails does and why it's useful. Steve can see that the app is designed to help users explore routes, create trails, and vote on trails that other users have shared. From here, Steve is going to go ahead and sign up for an account. From here, Steve can sign up for an account. He'll enter his information, create a username and password, and then submit the form. This will allow him to start using the app as a registered user. Now that he has an account, he's going to be directed to the login page where he'll enter his email and password. Once he successfully logs in, he'll be able to access the main features of the app.
Yeah, this is the Explore page that shows all of the public routes other users have already created. So Steve will scroll down and glance at all the trails that are already available. So he sees a route and he clicks view and looks up at the map to see it. As he's looking at this route, he realizes that this isn't going to solve his problem. Steve is currently looking for a skateboarding route with friendly terrain, so he goes to the search bar, try to search one up. And now he can't find a route that'll suit his needs. So he remembers from the splash page that he can create his own route. So that's what he does.
And so here we have the create trail page, and I'm going to go over some examples that Steve made through a video right here. So this first example is him going from his work using that My Location button to his first class of the day at the School of Journalism, and then also typing in a title for the route. And so he clicks start and starts the route, and it gives him the blue route, which is the route he goes on, which is suggested. And then he can also add hazards like construction along his way, and it'll track him as he's going. And so he'll get to point B, and then so it's once he gets there, he'll click stop, and it'll take him to the completed trail page, which on this page he can review the trail, put in out of 5 stars, rate the trail, rate the terrain level of the trail, and leave a comment as well, as you can see here. And he can also take a photo of the trail taking his own photo or using a photo from his library. And he can also add a caption to that photo if he wants. And as you can see, so Steve adds the caption of the photo. And from there, he can make it public or private. And then if he makes it public, you will see it on the Explore page, which here you can view it, share it, and view it in the library. So he clicks view in library, and then in the library, he loads the route there where you can also see everything. And for the next example, he's going from that same class back to work. And this time he bought a skateboard so it'd be faster, and he skates back to work instead of walking. And so here he puts in his location, and then he puts in his work in destination, and puts a title for his route and changes his transportation. And so here, this time he's recording a new route instead of just starting it and using the default one, because he's skateboarding and he's going to want to use shortcuts, and he might not be on the defaulted route that the Google Maps API would give him. So he records a new route, and he can add and delete potholes and other hazards along the way, so he'll have them for next time. And once he gets to his end location, he'll hit the stop button again, and so that'll take him back to this complete trail page where he can review and rate the trail out of 5 stars, terrain level, and then he can leave a comment for next time so he can see it, and again add photos and add captions, which is optional, and you can make it public or private, view it in the Explore page. And yeah, you can view it in the library again and load it up and see all that information. You can go back, you can share it with your friends. So you can do that and send it to them very easily. And then you can show more and show less, go back to the library. And you can also filter by which mode of transportation as well. And then the completed trail page saves automatically. So if you make a change, it'll save automatically. And then so for another test purpose, let's say Steve lives at Capstone and he goes to his first class of the day in Swearingen. And so he's going to walk to here. So we'll go home to class, and we're going to click on campus because he's on campus. And then you can also you can make different selections, no highways, that would only apply to car, fewer turns, flat route. So you can do all of that. And so I'm going to save this to library for time purposes, and I'm going to pass it to Mark.
So he can here either make the route public or private. And for this purposes, he's going to make the route public for everyone else to be able to view it. And he hits the view on Explore button to see the route there. He sees the route, he can view the route. And he also, he wanted to look at a different route, seeing what other people got. And he can also upvote the route for other people's and his own route. So he looks at a different route, sees that that's a good route, walk test, and he can view it on into the library and passing it on to Kyle.
And this is our library page. So this is where Steve is going to go in and see all the routes that he created and routes that he saved that other users created. So at the top of our page, we have our search bar to search through all the different routes that are saved and some filters. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter and see all the different routes that are on USC's campus. So you see we went from 3 routes down to 2. Let's go ahead and load home to class and see it up on our map. Down below shows our distance, our ETA, the reviews, and as you saw earlier, we didn't upload any photos, so no photos are going to show up. So this was a walking path, right? But Steve has a skateboard. He wants to really get his money's worth out of that thing. So we're going to go in, we're going to edit, and we see that it takes 26 minutes to walk to class. Let's go and change walking to skateboarding. You can see drastically reduces time. So Capstone House, this is home, clearly says it, home to class. Steve doesn't want people to know where he lives, wants to keep his life a little bit more private. So let's go and take that, remove it, make it a private route, and we'll save it from here. Fast forward a few months, Steve's got the hang of things. He doesn't really need this anymore, right? Let's say fast forward a couple months, he has 10, 15 routes saved. He needs to clear up some space. He knows how to get to class. Let's go and delete that route. And that route is now gone. So essentially that is our library page. I'm going to send over to Mark for the settings to finish this up.
Let's say Steve gets tired of looking at the appearance of the website in light mode and he wants to use it in dark mode, so you can toggle it on and off. And as you can see, it updates the whole website from the maps to every element of the website is in dark mode. And while in the settings, he can also review his account information like full name, username, and email. Let's say, for example, he didn't save the correct username and his favorite letter is his favorite number is 1. So he can change his account information, for example, the username, and edit it while using the change button. And he can either delete the account. For demonstration purposes, this won't be deleted, but he can either delete the account or log out.
All right, so that was Cola Trails. And we'd like to thank you for watching our presentation. We created this platform to help students, faculty, and visitors easily find, create, and share useful routes around our campus. We'd like to thank USC for providing the rigorous coursework and the opportunity to create real-world applications as we prepare for our careers in technology. So again, thank you.